morning. We are back with another video. About to head to the gym, just letting the car warm up a little bit. Today is going to be a back day and tricep day. Also gonna do core and cardio, just because don't know how much more active I'll be throughout the rest of the day. So go ahead and do cardio at the gym, knock that out of the way, get the majority of my 10,000 steps in, and then yeah. Woke up weighing a little bit heavier today, 178. I know it's just mostly water weight and food sitting in my stomach or in my intestines and all that kind of stuff. But I did eat a little bit more yesterday, or eat not more, but a little bit worse yesterday than what I normally would. But nothing wrong with that. Got to be able to enjoy life. I love training and everything, but I also love eating. And I love food, and sometimes I'm just gonna eat what I want, especially when I'm with other people. So with that being said, I will see you guys at the gym. Alright everyone, jumping on into it. This was actually my last warm-up set for these bent over barbell rows. Started off with a 25 plate on each side while doing some pull-ups in between the set, and then this was my last warm-up set with the 45-pound plate. I really, if I'm being quite honest, I like the movements that I do on all of my days. I like really enjoying my split right now, and so with this second back day, a lot of it is more row focused and like bent over row focused at that. So this was my first working set with this weight. Just went ahead and threw 10s on each side. Was contemplating throwing 25s on each side, but that would have been way too much, especially for my forearms. I find that on movements like this, more so a lot of my pulling movements, my grip will give out or my forearms will give out before anything else. So I really just tried to go maybe a little bit lighter on the weight while doing more reps. So that was my second working set. Having the tripod now actually has helped a ton with getting different angles or recording multiple sets. I could actually set up the tripod and start recording. I recorded a lot of my warm-up sets for things kind of as just a test for all of the angles and things that I wanted to get, just to see if there was something I needed to adjust. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on into my last working set. So with this being my last working set, I'm gonna go ahead and hit a few reps, and then at the end I actually put on my straps, or like my wrist straps, and go ahead and hit a few more. I have straps that I use for a lot of my pulling movements, but I don't like to use them all the time. I still want to build up some strength in my forearms and my grip, so I'll mostly just use them for my last set on a lot of stuff, or even if I want to jump up to a little bit of a heavier weight and just pump out a few more sets. So as you can see, went ahead, put my straps on, and I'm just going to get a couple more reps in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Was thinking about going for a 5th there, but something weird about when I lift, I don't like ending on an odd number. I know that might be a bit odd, like a bit weird for some people, but I like to do anywhere from 4 to 12 reps. Really just depends on the weight. So now I'm going to a bent over dumbbell row. I really like these also. Like I said, I enjoy doing both unilateral and isolateral movements. So I really like incorporating these into my back days also, just because I find that the stretch down at the bottom feels really good. I have come a pretty long way when it comes to the working weight for doing these. I believe when I first started in the gym, I was at like the 40s or the 45s. and just slowly building up strength and getting used to doing this movement, I worked my way up to the 75s. So that feels really good. It's really nice to be able to track things like that. And that's one of the reasons why I started, or why I wanted to start recording these videos and posting them on YouTube, just so it's easier to track those kinds of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump out a few more. All done on my right side. Gonna go ahead and move on over to my left side. So yeah, really enjoy doing these. I think this is really one of those exercises that I don't think I'll ever stop doing. There's also something that you could do at home as long as you have some weights. So I think that's also one of the reasons why I enjoy it. Also, it's something that could be done anywhere. I mean, no matter where you go, even if you go to like a hotel or something, you'd be able to do that. This is a movement that I don't do that often. It's pretty much like a T-bar row, but with I'm using like a cable attachment down there. This is gonna be a drop set. Started off with 3 plates. My back at this point is like pretty fried, so tried hitting some with 3 plates. That was way too much for me. This is not a movement I do often. Really wish my gym actually had a T-bar row with like a chest supporting pad. I feel like that might be easier for me to do. So just gonna hit 2, unfortunately, with the 3 plates, but moving on to 2 plates, I am able to hit more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So one thing that I will point out, while I was like editing this, and even now that I'm doing the voiceover, watching it over, really wish that I was like a little bit more bent over and kind of just holding it up higher, or like when I was holding up higher, just like holding and squeezing my back together. So down to 1 plate, and you'll see that this moves just a lot easier. So because of that, I really just try to do as many reps as possible, but again, going a little bit too quick. One thing that I will want to adjust in the future is just being bent over a little bit more and really squeezing at the top. We're gonna move on from back for now and just hit these like leaned over straight bar tricep pushdowns. I had some like technical difficulties while recording these. I don't know if like the memory was full on my phone or what, but it did stop recording here and there. So I did hit a few warm-up sets for my triceps, and then went ahead and moved on to 120 for my working weight, as well as I did do a drop down set for these. Went from 120 to 100, 100 to 80, and then 80 down to 60. I believe I did cut it off there. I don't think I pushed it any farther than that. There were also a couple of other exercises that I did that I didn't record. Again, I don't record everything. I don't record my core workouts. Obviously, I don't record myself doing my cardio. But I also did like a variation of a skull crusher. This variation has you're using dumbbells instead of like an easy bar with weights on it, and that really fries my triceps also. So that's really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and again doing a drop down set. So really the only like rest that I'm getting between there was when I am dropping the weight down, just trying to push through. If you've ever done a drop down set, you'll know, like, because of that, because you're not getting a huge amount of like rest in between, even though you're dropping the weight down, you do feel it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, push out a couple more, and then wrap up my triceps for the day. When we move on, I am going to do, this is a rear delt fly. Um, I like really doing it like this just because of the stretch that it gives you. I feel like it increases your range of motion when you do it like this. Traditionally, you would be sitting like with your chest on the pad and pushing out both sides at a time. Again, I really just like the stretch that this provides. So I'm able to pump out a few on each side. Um, Again, was able to slowly but surely like work up the weight on this. I believe I had it at 120 now, but when I first started, I was starting with like 85, and the 120 actually feels really good. I don't know, when you're facing the other way with your chest on the pad, it just kind of feels awkward doing a lot more weight. I feel like I should just be doing lower weight, more reps, things of that nature. So this felt really nice. I will say one thing about today, walking into the gym with the tripod, I was a little bit nervous. I'm not like gonna freak out at anyone or nothing for like stepping in front of it. I just didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. I didn't want any problems with like any of the gym employees, but everyone saw me with it. No one really said anything. Even talked with a couple of the trainers and things like that there, so that was pretty good. This is going to be my last working set for these rear delt flies. So again, doing one side at a time, starting off with my right side. I believe that is going to be the last one, and then we're gonna go ahead and rotate to the other side. Also, in recording this is like, again, reason why I wanted to start doing this, so I could keep track of progress and see my form, see how things change over time. But also, one of the really cool things or nice things about this is I'm able to actually see my back. I'm able to see all of my workouts and see what I need to improve upon in the future. So if anything were to change on any of my workouts, it might just be dropping the weight down a little bit, really perfecting my form. I know like as I go on, I start to like swing a bit more. So then we're gonna go ahead and hit just a quick little pose down. This was once again in the locker room. Luckily I was able to find an area with just a wall behind me. That way I didn't have to intrude on anyone's privacy. They were again having a class in the room that I like to do my pose downs in. Hopefully we'll be back in there Tuesday morning, since it will be early. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the back and tricep workout. As you can see, I am back home. It is around 12:30. Did get home about an hour ago. Started making some food. I made 3 eggs with 2 red potatoes. Sat down, started watching a movie, got that in me. I wasn't going to do an outro because I did have over 20 minutes of footage, but once I started editing the video together, decided that I was going to. I was able to condense everything down to just over 13 minutes. I want to try and keep these videos on the shorter end of things. Don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but for those of you guys that do watch, once again, thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your Sunday. Will not see you guys on Monday, so have a good day tomorrow as well. I'll see you guys back on Tuesday for another chest and bicep video. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.